But then what's so special about the fasting when? In Ramadan. What's so special about that? Ramadan is special. Let's listen to Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Number one. The month of Ramadan is the one in which the Quran was revealed. The ayah didn't begin with fasting. The ayah began introducing Ramadan as not the month of fasting, but the month of what? The Quran. Okay. So the month in which you're going to deny your body is the month in which the ultimate food of your soul came down, of your ruh came down. Isn't that true? Your food has the food of your ruh has come down in this month. How is it the food of your ruh? What's the benefit of it? Hudal linnas, number one. It's a guidance for people. It is, so what does it mean? You know, you could eat the food and you could throw it up, right? You could eat it and not digest it. Who is the one who takes this Quran and actually digests it and actually takes its nutrients? What are the nutrients of the Quran for our ruh? What's the number one nutrient? Hudal linnas, guidance for people. Guidance. You know what guidance means? We use it all the time. It's become cliche. Guidance means when you want to do something, what should I do? Let me ask the wife. Let me ask the husband. Let me ask my friend. Let me look it up online. But if you want to, you're getting guidance, aren't you? But now what would happen? Where would you ask first? Where would you look first? The Book of Allah. Should I get married? Should I not get married to her? Should we buy that house? Should we not buy that house? Should we get into this business? Should we not get into that business? Should I keep sleeping? Should I wake up? Should I say that or should I keep my mouth shut? Right? Should I give or should I hold back? Now every choice you have to make, where are you going for guidance? Quran, that is an indication that you're actually taking it in. And if you're listening to Quran and reciting Quran and attending Taraweeh, when it comes to guidance, you don't take it, that means you're throwing it up. You're not actually absorbing it as nutrient. Right? That's hypocrisy. Now, Hudal linnas. What's the second thing? وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى. Number two. بَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى. Absolutely clear evidences from the guidance. In other words, not only is it guidance, the more you read it, the more it becomes absolutely clear that it can only be, this guidance can only be from where? It can only be from Allah. Not only is your ruh testifying to this, your entire being, your intellect is in awe at the majesty of these words. You're amazed by this Quran. The salah for the Sahaba, every time they heard the ayat of Quran, they heard a miracle. You know, for us, it would be easier if we're standing next to Musa alayhi salam and the water is parting. We're like, whoa, miracle. Right? Because it's something you could see. What is the miracle for the Sahaba? What water are they seeing part? What dead guy are they seeing coming back to life? They're not. What mountain are they seeing hovering in the sky? What 12 springs are coming out of a boulder? Nothing. No she-camel, nothing. What's their experience? What's their miracle? Quran. And the entire Quran being recited in the month of Ramadan, you are being blown away by the most clearest evidences of the miracle of Allah. بَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى. And then finally, what's the final nutrient of the Quran, nutrition of the Quran? وَالْفُرْقَانِ. وَالْفُرْقَانِ. What is Furqan? English translation is criterion. What that means in simple language is something that makes a clear distinction, comes from farq in Arabic, okay? Or al-furuq. Farq means to have clear separation between two things. One thing is not just, there are two things next to each other and there's glue between them, they look like one. But when they're clearly apart, right, the thing that separated them would be the furqan. Something came and two things looked like they were right next to each other, but it came and it axed them apart and they became clearly distinct from one another. The Quran comes to make clearly distinct, what you should be living like, how should you not be living. What is the food of the ruh and what will choke it, what will starve it to death. How should you be pleasing your body, how should you not be pleasing your body. That Furqan has come down, that criteria by which you decide every matter of life has come down, wal Furqan. At the end of this ayah, we don't find لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ or لَعَلَّكُمْ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَّقُونَ. Let's see what we find. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. So that you may be grateful. Maybe you'll be grateful. Hopefully you'll be grateful. Remember we said when you eat food, you're supposed to be grateful? Which food has come down that we should be grateful? Food of the soul. Okay? The ultimate soul food. Not chicken wings. Okay? The Book of Allah has come down and it is now going to revive what is buried inside of us. That fitrah that Allah put inside of us. The ruh that Allah put inside of us will be rejuvenated. It will be rejuvenated. And when you eat well, when you're well fed, and your health is revived, the least you should do is what? Be grateful. Now, a lot of people say, this is the last few things I'm going to say, I'm done. I don't want to rant on forever. Okay, here's the last couple of things I want to say. A lot of people say, man, Ramadan is going to be hard this year. It's going to be so hard, right? And it's, like was mentioned, the long days, and I have classes, and I got work, and this and that, right? It's going to be tough. It was so hard last year too, etc., etc. What does Allah say? He says, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرِ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرِ. Interesting. In the ayah of fasting, in this discourse of fasting, Allah mentions Allah intends ease for you. He does not intend difficulty for you. And by the way, bikum is early. It is especially for you that Allah wants ease, and it is especially for you that Allah does not want difficulty. If it wasn't especially, we would find يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ الْيُسْرَ بِكُمْ. But we find يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمْ. Especially for you, Allah wants ease. The people who get to fast, it is a special gift from Allah, and Allah is guaranteeing He made it easy. So if you find it hard, who should you ask to make it easy? Allah Azza wa Jalla. He's saying it's a gift to you, and He's made it easy, and He doesn't intend anything hard on you at all. So the people who think they're enjoying themselves, and when they see you at work, or the Muslim cousins you have that don't fast, say, why are you so hard on yourself? You remind yourself, Allah intends what? Ease. You're the one in difficulty, you don't even know it. That's sad. It's like the sick person, the diabetic, who's like eating lollipops and chocolate cake and all that stuff. They're not supposed to eat that stuff, right? And when you say, no, and you're diabetic too, you say, no, I'm going to stay with that stuff. And he says, live a little. It was like, I'm trying to, you're trying to die fast. You're dying a lot, but I'm living a little.